Beware of spoilers. This has probably been Ahsoka's best episode so far, but it still had some issues. Ahsoka episode 7 starts with a political scene, in which senators are questioning Hera because she disobeyed their orders. And I thought this aspect of the episode was going to be somewhat transcendental, because it was a recurrent theme since the beginning of the season. But that wasn't the case. C-3PO arrived carrying some information from Leia that helped Hera get out of this situation. And I mean, yes, I love C-3PO just like anyone else, but really? After episodes and episodes of threatening Hera, the issue gets solved almost instantly. But then the episode focuses on Ahsoka and Huyang in their quest to find Sabine and Ezra. And I really like the scene in which they're getting out of the Purgil and we see the explosions coming from the Imperial mines. I thought it was very well visually crafted. Another thing that I found interesting is when Ahsoka is able to locate Sabine using the Force. At first, I thought it was one of those things that Disney makes up to have the Force as an easy way out of different situations. And I ignore if this use of the Force appeared at any other piece of Star Wars content. I can't remember any other example right now. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense to me. Because Ahsoka considered that the Jedi Order had become, during the Clone Wars, just another faction of the Army of the Republic. So it makes sense that she would try to explore the Force in different ways, like finding people and communicating with Purgils. There is a moment, however, where things seem to me a little inconsistent. When Baylan Skoll and Shin find Sabine and Ezra, Baylan tells his apprentice that she should fight them and take her rightful place in the upcoming Empire, and then he goes away. And I was like, okay, maybe he just wanted to get to that planet because the dark side is strong there or whatever. But when Ahsoka arrives, Baylan chooses to fight her, meaning that he had to ensure that his side would win that battle. But if that's the case, maybe it would have been easier if he had helped Shin in the first place, right? And then Ahsoka takes advantage of all the debris that's being lifted because of the blasters, and she runs away from the duel. Which is fine in the sense that she is focused on how to outmaneuver Baylan. On the other hand, why are we so used to seeing a character 2 meters away from their enemy and the bad guy not doing anything about it? Are villains allergic to cardio? Whatever they choose to do with Baylan in the last episode, I do believe his motivations should be clear. Because at first I thought he was only interested in helping Thrawn and the Night Sisters. But it seems that there are more layers that we haven't seen. Which is kind of annoying because that probably could explain some of the choices he made during this episode. On contrast, I liked how Ezra chose to fight with just the Force. I always thought that a strong Jedi wouldn't really need a lightsaber. However, I do believe Ezra is going to get his lightsaber back eventually. Well, either that or he's gonna get a new one. I also thought that Thrawn was great, even though he doesn't really get a lot of screen time. But at the end of the episode, after all the action had passed, he just tells Morgan that everything is okay because the fight worked as a distraction, so they could prepare their jump to hyperspace to return to the main galaxy. I know some people thought this was obvious, but I thought it was a cool moment. Overall, I rate this episode with an 8 out of 10. And it's probably the best so far, but it still had some issues that were kind of annoying. But what do you think? Do you give it a higher or lower score? Comment below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and for now, I'm out.